Today we are going to be able to describe the overall structure of events, ideas, concepts, or information in a text or part of a text. The text structure refers to how the information within a text is organized. Today we're going to focus on cause and effect. Is this explaining why something happened? So as you read, that's what you should be thinking in your head. Some signal words to look for are because, reason, therefore, as a result, since, and if. A cause is something that occurs or an action that is done by someone or something. The effect is the result of the action. The cause and effect relationship does not have a solution, it has a result. Because James stayed up past his bedtime watching TV, the effect was that he was tired for school the next day. A problem is that he was tired for school the next day, and the solution is that he should go to bed early. So that's the difference between cause and effect and problem and solution. So the cause, the mailman walked past the front door of the house, and the effect is that the dog saw him and barked at the window. Notice how that's not a solution, it's just the effect. Another cause is that it was raining outside. So the effect is that the class had indoor recess. The cause, I studied a little each day for my weekly spelling test. The effect, I got an A on my test. Another cause, Chris left his milk on the counter. So the effect, it spoiled and needed to be thrown away. So now we're going to read the Great Chicago Fire, and we're going to determine if it's a cause and effect article. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to circle the title, Great Chicago Fire, and then we're going to circle the text feature. So here we have a photograph, which is a text feature, right? And so now we're thinking this is going to be about a fire that probably took place in Chicago because it's called the Great Chicago Fire. Notice how I have my pink box on the side. Gisting is part of our grade, so make sure that you're gisting as you read. In 1871, 9 separate fires started in Chicago, Illinois. Gradually, these fires combined to one large fire that burned for 2 days. There had been another large fire right before the Great Fire, so the firefighters were too tired to put out the fires quickly. The Great Fire destroyed 3 square miles of property. Many people were left homeless because their houses were burned, and some others died in the fires. No one knows for sure what started the Great Fire. There is a legend that says it was sparked by a cow knocking over a lantern in a barn. Not all the city was destroyed. The Chicago Tribune newspaper encouraged the citizens to rise up and rebuild the city. So I just gisted on the side. The Great Chicago Fire destroyed 3 square miles of property, leaving many people homeless, burned, or dead. Okay, now I'm going to think about the topic. So remember, the topic is usually one word. What was it mostly about? So we could say it was about the Great Chicago Fire. I know this is more than one word, but that's okay, because it's the name of the fire that we were specifically talking about. When we're thinking about the main idea, we can take into effect the text structure. So we know that this was cause and effect because we know the cause is the Great Chicago Fire, and the effect is that it left many people homeless, burned, or dead. So we could say for the main idea that the Great Chicago Fire left many people homeless, burned, or dead. So see how we took that cause and effect and turned that into a main idea. Okay, now we're going to read about earthquakes, and we're going to determine the cause and effect relationship here. So first thing I'm going to do is drag over my circle to circle earthquakes, and drag over my circle because I need to look at my text structure. We have another photograph. It looks like a road being destroyed because of an earthquake. Once again, you have your boxes here on the side. These need to get gisted. So we'll gist for each paragraph. That's why there's 2 boxes, because there's 2 paragraphs. So for nonfiction, we need to gist each paragraph. Earthquakes. An earthquake happens when the surface of the earth shakes. Earth's surface is made from 8 large pieces, called tectonic plates. All of the tectonic plates sit on top of molten liquid rock inside the earth. This melted rock makes the tectonic plates move. Most of the time, people on Earth can't feel the tectonic plates move because the plates move so slowly. So now I'm going to think about what I just read and what I could just on the side here. It's about earthquakes because that's the title. I thought it was important to just on the side that an earthquake happens when the earth shakes because I think it's important to know what an earthquake is. Now paragraph 2. When the tectonic plates push, pull, or slide quickly against each other, it causes an earthquake. Some earthquakes are small and others are large. The large earthquakes can cause different kinds of damage, like buildings falling down. When an earthquake happens under the ocean, it causes a giant wave called a tsunami. So now I need to think about what I just read and what I think was important about earthquakes. I'm going to just this on the side here. Once again, since the article is about earthquakes, I thought it was important to just on the side that tectonic plates push, pull, or slide, which causes an earthquake. So I think it's important to know what causes an earthquake. So our topic is usually about one word what the article was mainly about. So we know the article was all about earthquakes. And now we're going to turn earthquakes into a main idea. So we have to think, what did they want us to know about earthquakes that's so important? So we could think about the cause and effect relationship. So when an earthquake happens, what are the effects? We know that earthquakes can cause different kinds of damage because the article is telling us in paragraph 1, it's telling us all about how earthquakes occur. Paragraph 2 is telling us the effects after the earthquake. Now you're left with different kinds of damage. Okay, now we're going to read the first question. Which sentence shows a cause and effect relationship, so an action and a result, that is stated in the passage? So now this question is talking back to the Chicago fire. Okay. So A, Chicago's Great Fire destroyed 3 square miles of property. B, 9 separate fires started in Chicago. C, people were encouraged to rise up. Or D, no one knows who started the fire. So we're thinking an action and a result. So because of the Chicago's Great Fire, what was the result? So we know the result is that it destroyed 3 square miles of property. So if we look here, we have action. The action is the Great Chicago Fire. And the result is that it destroyed 3 square miles of property. So this would be our best answer. If you look at B, it just says 9 separate fires started in Chicago. It doesn't tell us the action. We need to look for the action and the result. C says people were encouraged to rise up. That's just telling us another result from the fire, but it's not telling us the action. And D, no one knows who started the fire. Once again, that's not giving us the action, saying that the fire then gave us a result. Okay, the next one. Which sentence best describes how paragraph 1 relates to paragraph 2? So now this is talking about the article with earthquakes. Now remember, it's a cause and effect article, so we're looking for an answer that's going to provide us with the words cause and effect, right? Because we know that paragraph 1 of the article gave us the cause, which is earthquakes, and it told us all about how earthquakes occur. Paragraph 2 gave us the results, right, or the effects. It told us that after an earthquake, we have, right, much damage. It can destroy buildings. Okay, so A, paragraph 1 provides a problem and paragraph 2 provides a solution. Well, it wasn't problem and solution. Didn't give us a solution on how to, solve the problem of earthquakes happening. It didn't do that, so there was no solution. B, paragraph 1 asks a question and paragraph 2 provides an answer. So if I look back at the article, there was no questions being asked. So that cannot be our choice. Paragraph 1 provides a cause and paragraph 2 provides an effect. That is a good option because we already said paragraph 1 told us because earthquakes happen, 2, here's our effects, causes damage. Paragraph 1 provides a similarity and paragraph 2 provides a difference. It wasn't talking about 2 separate things. So it can't give us a similarity and a difference. It was just talking about earthquakes. It wasn't comparing 2 things. That would be compare and contrast. So our best option is C. So now you're going to go ahead and you're going to do your independent work, and then you can submit that.